Alright, so we are now back to the Shattered Isles series, and happily so. So that'll be nice. And we are going to be, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but we actually I actually ran and got my softies repaired, as that's kind of important, you know. Kind of need them. They're actually very, very helpful. And I got to get some health pots from him because while I did remember to pick up my um, my soft boots, apparently I totally forgot about a little thing called health potions. And I'm actually somewhat low on life rings too, but that's alright. That is fine. We are going to be just fine. We're going to make it through that without much of a problem at all, so I am not really too worried about it. And he is at some low HP. He just made me nervous, even watching him. And I use Exori Mass to finish the Hydra off. Okay, so I've got my ring backpack open. And now I just need the gold, and that's this. Okay, cool. So the hole to get to GS Island is over to the southeast here, if I'm not mistaken, and I might be. So he says that there's two here, and I actually haven't been to Hydra Island in a while, so I actually don't even remember. But give me one moment. Alright, so I am back, and I think I found the hole, but I got a Hydra on me. I got two, and that's a little uncomfortable, so I'm gonna try to just pull this single one. And luckily I'm successful in doing that, as we saw in my other videos, Hydras do not mind just running through energy walls, regardless of the fact that they are weak to energy. So that's kind of interesting. At least I think so. Because you figure if a creature's weak to something, the chances of them actually just running on through it is pretty low. And we end up getting a warrior helmet, which is actually quite nice. And I can't be talking. I really should be focusing. While Hydras aren't that crazy, they can still do some pretty crazy damage. And I think this is the hole. Alright, so I'm pretty sure this is the hole. I'm not entirely sure, but we're at least going to try it. And is there even a hole down here? Okay, so I guess not. So I guess it's the one a little bit further east. And I think he just got hit by a Hydra. I think it might be this one. And wow, what a huge pack of Quaras. And a lot of them are the Hydromancers, which are actually the really only Quaras that are comparable in their strength with their counterparts underwater. So, definitely says something. I've always wondered why they made the Hydromancers about the same, but and everything else much, much weaker than its former self. And I was just shield broken, which is why I was taking such a heavy amount of damage. But I'm almost through, and we get a chain armor. Wow, that's a big deal. You know that big things are happening once you get the chain armor. So we got a bog on us, and as I said, paladins and knights absolutely destroy them, so that's no problem. And we've already filled up a backpack with gold. And I'm pretty sure it's north, but worst case scenario, we can always flip back around. It's not really a big deal. And the predator is down. So, I told him to try to let me get most of the damage on these guys, just because I am doing the task, and I figure, you know, if I'm gonna be killing them, then I might as well try to at least get some stuff done. And I think we're still on Hydra Island, but I'm gonna check and make sure. And yep. So I think we have to go southwest. And I think there's another hole there, but I'm going to check to make sure. Yes, there is. So, sorry if this is a bit of wild goose chase. This is kind of supposed to be a guide more than anything. And we get another Exori off. And we're going to get another one off, which is very nice. And finish this pred up, and onward we go. And we end up getting a fin, Quarabone. So, not bad. And I kind of rushed into the room, so that's my fault. I should have tried to take it a little bit slower at least. Knowing that there is a ton of Quaras in here. And that even though they, you know, aren't the underwater Quaras, they still do some pretty decent damage, regardless of that fact. And wow, we get a Wand of Cosmic Energy already, so the loot is just flowing right now. Definitely getting pretty lucky, at least for the area we're in, you know. So I've got to back up a bit just because that is a lot to handle, and I don't want all that on me at once. And with both of our area attacks, we are able to crush most of them, so that's good. And I think my axe just became unenergized. Like just. So, yes it did. So I gotta get that charged back up with some energy to get that, you know, really nice damage in. And there's nothing wrong with that. And we finish him off, and on to the next one. So the Hydromancer's about down too. And these Quaras actually give really good gold. I might show a video hunting in the Quara spawns in my favorite one that I used to hunt in a lot when Liberty Bay was still young. And up we go to face two water elementals. So that's a little bit tougher, but so far so good. We're getting through quite easily still, so really not too big of a deal. But the Hydra is coming up. I remember that the Hydra is around here, so If I remember, then there's a reason for it. And there it is. There she blows. And that could be another reason I wasn't. And that could be another reason I wasn't regenerating as much as I thought I should be, simply because I did not have a life ring on. Kinda need those. And I think that's the only Hydra down here, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I know we're going the right way at the very least, so that is good. And wow, we just ran right through them with some serious ease, and we are almost up to the giant spiders. So that should be fun. And we get 2 small emeralds out of that Hydromancer, so that's pretty cool actually. It's actually a pretty nice one. And I finish him off with Nigzori Her just so we can keep moving forward. And it looks like I am very close to leveling. Let's see here. Just trying to check out my 13%. Cool. So we'll probably end up getting that in this little quest series here. And I'm going to try to do a lot of different quests just to get them activated for my character, as well as to show you guys these different quests. And luckily he brought a firebomb. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. And you can see that on Giant Spider Island there are giant spiders, Quaras. So quite the variety of creatures here. And we kind of need to proceed somewhat slow just to be safe. And unfortunately, they are somewhat resistant to energy actually, but that's alright because we know what we're going to do. We're going to enchant this one with fire. And right before it dies, we see that nice fire hit go through. And there's some water elementals to the north, and they're like the bane of people hunting here. And when I say the bane, I'm saying that it's one of the reasons that people don't like it. Kind of this, actually exactly the same for Hydra Island. People are not really too friendly with the water elementals because they deal heavy damage. They have pretty good resistances to physical and holy and a lot of common elements for certain vocations. So that becomes a bit problematic in certain situations. But once we go downstairs, this will complete the Shattered Isles on Verry, and we walk through the portal and run back through, and bam, so now we have access to the entire island. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment on this video with any feedback you might have for me, and if you haven't already and you enjoy the content I produce, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys.